First sergeant is typically a senior non-commissioned officer rank, used in many countries. In NATO armed forces the rank is on OR8 level. Singapore. First sergeant is a specialist in the Singapore Armed Forces. First sergeants are the most senior of the junior specialists, ranking above second sergeants and below staff sergeants. The rank insignia for a first sergeant features the 3 chevrons pointing down shared by all specialists, and 2 chevrons pointing up. In combat units, first sergeants are very often platoon sergeants, or given the responsibility for independently operating detachments of support weapons. They are often given instructional billets as well in training schools. First sergeants normally answer to the company sergeant major, assisting the latter in the mentorship, guidance and command of the more junior specialists who are section commanders. United States. In the United States, a first sergeant generally serves as the senior enlisted advisor of a unit, such as a company, battery, troop, or USAF squadron, a higher-level unit. Figure on the rank insignia. United States Army. Historically, the rank of first sergeant has existed in the American Army since 1781, when a fifth sergeant was added to the table of organization for Continental Army infantry regiments. Previously, under the tables of organization approved by the Continental Congress in 1776 and 1779, there were 4 and 3 sergeants, respectively, authorized in each company. The sergeants were numbered in order of seniority, and the first sergeant was simply the senior sergeant in the company, but not a separate rank. In 1833, first sergeant, along with orderly sergeant, became separate pay grades, ranking below sergeants major and quartermaster sergeants but above sergeants. While the sergeant major and quartermaster sergeant already had distinctive staff NCO rank insignia, it was not until 1847 that the first sergeant received the lozenge, or diamond, with the 3 chevrons of a sergeant as his insignia of rank. In the United States Army, the rank of first sergeant is an E8 pay grade rank above the rank of sergeant first class, and below the rank of sergeant major or command sergeant major. It is equal in grade to master sergeant, although the 2 ranks have different responsibilities. Both ranks are identical with 3 chevrons up, standard sergeant insignia, and 3 curved stripes underneath, down, known as 3 up and 3 down, though the first sergeant has the lozenge, diamond, in the middle. A first sergeant is generally senior to a master sergeant in leadership matters, though a master sergeant may have more general military authority, such as when in charge of a military police section. The rank is abbreviated as 1SG in the Army. Master sergeants are laterally appointed to first sergeant upon selection by the senior leadership at Department of the Army, while qualified sergeants first class are promoted, depending on available billets and opportunities. A promotable sergeant first class or a master sergeant may be selected for promotion to or appointment as a first sergeant and may assume the duty position, but such NCOs cannot wear the 1SG diamond insignia until successfully completing a U.S. Army First Sergeant School. Nonetheless, a 1SG selectee SFC is usually promoted to Master Sergeant upon assuming such a position pending completion of 1SG school. Upon reassignment to a non-First Sergeant billet, the soldier reverts to their original rank of Master Sergeant, unless promoted to the E9 grade ranks of SGM or CSM. CSM is a leadership position that is a higher ranking equivalent of 1SG on a battalion level, a higher command. while SGM is an MOS-specific technical equivalent to AMSG on a battalion level, a higher command, or in certain specialty billets. The position of first sergeant is the highest U.S. Army NCO rank position that is still in a direct, hands-on leadership setting. As a command sergeant, major positions in a battalion command higher-level unit assignments of higher rank. CSMs have expanded administrative duties, and less direct leadership duty requirements with enlisted and junior NCO soldiers than D1SGs. First sergeants are generally the senior non-commissioned officers of company-sized units, and are unofficially but commonly referred to as top sergeant, top soldier, top kick, first shirt, due to the seniority and the position at the top of the company's enlisted ranks. In the Bundeswehr, the German army, the first sergeant is called father of the unit, a concept also in place in the U.S. Army. They are sometimes referred to as second hat because the company commander may entrust them with important responsibilities, even over one of the company's lieutenants, especially junior lieutenants. First sergeants handled the leadership and professional development of the soldiers, especially the non-commissioned officer development and grooming of enlisted soldiers for promotions. They also manage pay issues, supervise administrative issues, recommend and prepare enlisted soldiers for specialty and leadership schools, re-enlistment, career development, and they manage the promotable soldiers within the company. First sergeants and the first step in disciplinary actions such as an Article 15 proceeding. A first sergeant may place a soldier under arrest and on restriction to quarters in certain cases, as well as manage all of the daily responsibilities of running the company unit. Logistics are a specific first sergeant's end issue. It is often said that commanding officer commands a company-level unit, but a first sergeant runs it. Many units are directly impacted by the strength of the first sergeant. Some Army National Guard first sergeants remained in the State Guard under Title 32 USC until just shy of the 62nd birthday, and would stay in one company-level unit for decades, thus having more years in the first sergeant position than the age of a new captain or first lieutenant commanding officer. This scenario, often fondly referred to by Guard troops as Top for Life, or TFL, for long-serving Guard first sergeants, became more rare since the mass federal combat deployments and call-ups beginning in Gulf War era, when most states adopted some type of a statewide Guard promotion system versus internal unit promotions in the National Guards. This caused most leadership positions to rotate more frequently, limiting the tenure of most first sergeants. United States Marine Corps. In the United States Marine Corps, first sergeant is one rank above gunnery sergeant and one pay grade below sergeant major and master gunnery sergeant. It is equal in grade to master sergeant, although the two ranks have different responsibilities. A first sergeant has command leadership responsibilities and serves as the senior enlisted advisor to the commander at the company, battery or detachment level, while master sergeants have technical responsibilities within the respective occupational fields, and serve important leadership roles within various company or battery sections. Master sergeants may also perform staff functions at the battalion, squadron level or above. Unlike first sergeants and master sergeants in the U.S. Army, no lateral movement is possible between the two ranks in the Marine Corps. The permanent appointments and require a change in occupational specialty. Rather, gunnery sergeants elect a preference on the fitness reports, which are considered before promotion. Ultimately, those selected for either rank are appointed based on suitability, previous duty assignments, and the needs of the Marine Corps. Later in their careers, first sergeants are eligible to be considered for promotion to sergeant major, while master sergeants would be on the career track for master gunnery sergeant. The grade of first sergeant sergeant initially appeared in the Marine Corps in 1833, when Congress created the ranks of First Sergeant of the Guard at Sea and/or Orderly Sergeant of the Post. In 1872, the Corps replaced the title of Orderly Sergeant with the rank of First Sergeant. The rank of First Sergeant was another casualty of the rank realignment of 1947. It was re-established in 1955. United States Air Force. In the United States Air Force, First Sergeant is not a rank, but a special duty held by a senior enlisted member of a military unit who reports directly to the unit commander. This billet is held by individuals of pay grades E7 through E9, and is denoted on the rank insignia by a lozenge, often referred to as the first shirt or shirt. The first sergeant is responsible for the morale, welfare, and conduct of all the enlisted members in a squadron, and is the chief advisor to the squadron commander concerning the enlisted force. Most units have a master sergeant in this position. Larger units use senior master sergeants and chief master sergeants as first sergeants. Law enforcement. Some law enforcement agencies, especially state police and highway patrol organizations, have first sergeants, who are typically in charge of command of a detachment, district, region, barracks or post consisting of anywhere from 10 to 50 or more troopers or officers. Most law enforcement first sergeants are mid-level management leaders, with 10 to 30 or more years of service. NC highway patrol first sergeants, for example, must complete the 6 weeks Advanced Police Management Training Institute at the Southern Police Institute in Louisville, Kentucky. Other states also use SPI, or Northwestern University, and the FBI National Academy Quantico VA. Some such state agencies may have a first sergeant in charge of special state police or highway patrol units such as SWAT, K-9, aviation personnel, major traffic accident reconstruction, research, public information, logistics, training, recruitment, internal affairs, communications, detectives, administration, and other sections of services other than general patrol. Some municipal and county agencies also have a first sergeant. Civil law enforcement first sergeants are senior to sergeants and junior to lieutenants. The insignia of such a first sergeant is usually similar to a military first sergeant, but may have a chevron of 3 stripes with no bottom curved stripes, rockers, or just 1 or 2 rockers, but generally always have the lozenge under the chevrons. The rank insignia may be displayed by sewn-on sleeve shoulder stripes, slip-on epaulette stripes, or pin-on metal stripes of black, silver or gold tone that may be pinned on the collar or epaulette.